said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Orlando, Florida, the Bounce House, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Baylor Bears, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the UCF Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Knights will put toe to leather and we'll get started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The give to the lone running back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Dropping back, it's Russell. Makes the catch, it's Williams. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to fire deep. It's caught inside the 20. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Moving away from pressure. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in the situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Dropping back, it's Russell. Intercepted in the first drive, in for the pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I know this defense statistically hasn't one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Quarterback making adjustments. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Caught over the middle. It's Barney. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And I like where the quarterback got, because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Snagged in the middle, it's Barney.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
The Knights lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Gonna look downfield again. Grab near the marker. It's Hawkins. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
To the air on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hawkins. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because he bobbles it at all. Or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Bringing the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
The Knights will try to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man. It's Adams. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice. Turnover on downs.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react in plays. So this can certainly open things up later on.
The Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Gonna let it fly. Got it inside the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Coming out with it, it's Adams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Oh, it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Baylor! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This should be the last play of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Hawkins. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The Knights come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Wants to keep it in the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
The Knights are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Close to the marker, it's Hawkins. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
The Knights are rolling down the field. Got it in the middle. It's Hayes. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Got him in. It's Hawkins. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. He's going for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Off play action. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're overlooking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. From the gun, looking for a man. Quarterback extends the play. And that one is picked up in the end zone. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Running back searching for a hole. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Wants to throw. It's Russell. Moves around to clear up the vision. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback. Your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Huffman. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to throw, it's Russell. Quickly to the tight end. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The gun wants to pass. Pressure coming. Breaks into the open. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get us first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
Here's 1st and goal, and a touchdown here might put this thing out of reach by halftime. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll run the option. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you've got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. They're trying to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Bears! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Keep it up! Keep it up!
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hayes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to throw it. Pulls it in. It's Barney. And tackled there by the defense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Hawkins. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bears will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
They're dealing with a second and long. Spits it out to the back. This time on target. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Just keeps slinging it. Throws to the back. That's caught. It's Hawkins. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Gives it on the option. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Hawkins.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Knights can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Grab near the sticks. It's Adams. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play. And
a shot toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Adams. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to get it in. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The Knights are threatening on first and goal. Trying to slam in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
It's complete to the right. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Russell. Oh, they're after him. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The give to the back. Look out, he's got room. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The option look. He'll toss it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job on 1st down. Great job on 2nd down. This defense needs to come up big one more time. They got to get the stop. Big time moment. I got to get my offense the football back.
The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Russell. He tries to take the top off. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Back to pass on second down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rolls it in. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
He wants to change this route. To the air on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, there's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Hayes. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
The Knights have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw again. Got his man down the middle. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. He's looking to pass. Looking for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Rides the back on the option. Again. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless.
Oh, he's got some spin. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
How many ways can I get to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
The give and tick, 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 tick.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Durham. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. The Bears will punt this one away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. That's the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. To the ground with the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with a running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
And you can tell, all eyes on this dude. Like, this defense is dialed in. They're going to try to continue to stop the run. You can tell, Palmer, it's the main focus of this defense.
Yeah, when we know with this offense, too, they go how this guy goes, and they've just never been able to really get him into a rhythm in this game, and you have to give the credit to the defense. They've been more physical at the point of attack. They've had a good game plan, and the offense just has not been able to counter much.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football.
It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
After this, it'll be a wrap. He might want another play. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And that is how we will wrap this one up. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true. So I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. You can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national championship. The key is the leadership in the locker room. They've got to turn the page. They've got to get everybody refocused. You can't let this loss now turn into 2 or 3 or more down the road.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.